Hi, today I'm going to talk about Katharina, Deliverance. This is a historical fiction novel from the 16th century by Margaret Skea. A historical fiction author has a particular challenge. They have to do research and they have to do it well because their fiction must be based on things that actually happened. So, what do we know about a character from the past? Historical records will tell you basically what happened in their lives, but they won't tell you that much about the actual character. A historical fiction author has to fill in the gaps. They have to use what they've found through their research as a basis for deciding what that character would be like. That's the challenge. And we might know the basic things about somebody's life, but we don't know what kind of conversation they might have had with their husband. And that's where the creativity comes in for the historical fiction author. They have to base the dialogue and all the characters and their interactions on the actual research that they've done. But if they do it well, then history comes alive. And that's exactly what Margaret Skea has done in this case. Now, I wouldn't have particularly thought that I would be interested in the wife of Martin Luther. But the way this is written is just so great that it's really interesting. And actually, she is an interesting character. She was put in a nunnery at the age of 5 and expected to stay there for the rest of her life. There was no escape. It wasn't a matter of someone being spiritually inclined. No, her stepmother just wanted to get rid of her, basically. That's the kind of thing that happened. So the story follows her life in the convent from the age of 5 until the age of 25, at which point she escapes from the nunnery. And that's quite a story. And it's not something that nuns did in those days. They didn't leave. Martin Luther himself was a controversial figure at the time, and his teachings and writings were one of the things that inspired the nuns to escape. They used to have his writings in secret. So Martin Luther was someone who was important in the Reformation, and I didn't really know anything about him until I read this book. And here we get to know about him through the eyes of this girl, Katharina. At the end of the story, she marries him, and then there's another book to follow. But what I wanted to say in this review was how well Margaret Skea wrote this book. This quality of writing is actually quite rare, particularly in self-published fiction, sorry to say. The book was a runner-up in the Historical Fiction New Award category in 2018, and it's well deserving of an award. The other challenge for a historical fiction author is that the story is set. They can't really play around with what actually happened to this person. So they have to make the story interesting within the parameters of this person's story. Now, what does make it interesting and what makes it capture the reader's imagination is the author's attention to detail, attention to the things that make it that particular era of time. And how it's done should be in such a way that you're immersed in this story, that you feel that you're actually there, seeing what the characters see, hearing what the characters hear. And this is exactly what Margaret Skea has done in this book. So I suggest reading it. I honestly recommend it, even if you're not particularly interested in that era of our history, because Margaret Skea just makes it really interesting and a really entertaining read. So there you have it. I hope you'll enjoy this book. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reviews. Bye.